What if I don't know to code and I have to start coding all the way from the scratch? How will I do that? In this video, I will tell you the complete process and the steps that I will follow to learn coding if I have to start it completely from the start. And if you are aspiring to become a software engineer, you are currently a computer or IT student, then this video becomes very informational and useful to you because it helps you to know all the steps that you need to follow to learn how to do code. The first thing that you need to do is you need to learn the basics of programming, like how to declare a variable, if else, for loops, functions, recursions, all this basic stuff you need to complete in the first step. And for this, I would like to recommend you to choose a very simple programming language that is not very hard to write or understand, and its syntax is similar to English. So I would recommend to choose Python for this because it is very simpler, and among all the programming languages I have tried so far, it is one of the easiest one to go start with. The second step in this process comes the language. After choosing Python for the basics, you have to decide here that where you want to go in future. Like if you want to continue working with the backend and servers, then you have to continue with Python. But if you want to do something in front end, you want to develop web pages, learn React, Angular, such frameworks, then JavaScript can work well with you. You can also create a server with JavaScript using Node.js. Also, you can create some of the basic UI components with Python, but Python is mainly for the backend and handling the backend task, and JavaScript is mainly used for the front end and its purposes. So here you have to decide and choose any one of them and continue your further programming with any one. And the third one is data structures and algorithm. Here you need to know how the basic data structures are made, like queue, stack, linked list, all these data structures are developed. And if you come to know how this all are made, then you can also use the similar type of logic in the other things where you have to handle complicated tasks like handling multiple requests and all that. You can use the logic from these data structures and implement them. Also, it is very good that if you practice these data structures in C++ language, because this language is kind of meant for this. Also, you can implement this in Python and JavaScript and all other modern languages also. But why I am telling you to do it in C++ is because C++ is one of the most common, basic and oldest programming language, and it is useful in various applications, and you must try out to do data structures in C++ only. The fourth step that comes is to practice coding. Now you are familiar with all the data structures, all the programming languages, and now you know what you have to know. So now it's time to work and practice and sharpen your skills. So now you either have to practice your skills on LeetCode or HackerRank, because these are the two websites that give you problems related to data structures, problem solving, maths and various other challenges, and you have to apply proper logic, write proper code to solve these problems. And also they give you a detailed insight of how efficient your program is and what the actual program should be to do the same thing with the minimum possible resources. Fifth, and this is the most important one. Now after completing all this, you have to build something. Either you build a website, you build a program, make a GUI application, do anything. But now you have to show your skills and how can you use them to build something good. And also the things that you have built is of very good quality. You can showcase them on LinkedIn, you can add in the project section of your profile, and also you can upload them on GitHub as well. And this is the most important point. Most of the people think GitHub as free online storage, but it is not. Here you have to upload your projects, what you have built, and also contribute to the other people's projects. So this brings us to the next point, that is to collaborate with other people. You can collaborate with open source community that is very large now, and you can bring improvements in the open source products. Like there are various open source stuff like Linux is open source, various other applications like OBS Studio is open source, and many other things are open source that you can see their source code, understand them, and if you feel that something is not proper, then you can suggest them the changes and your code would be accepted if it is proper. Here at this point you can also participate in various online competitions of fest going on. Like there is a fest called as Hacktoberfest, that comes in October month every year, in which you have to participate and contribute to open source projects. You have to contribute to at least 4 open source projects, and once you do so, your fest is completed. So like this, there are various competitions and fests going on in the world all around, so you can participate in them. So that's all in this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and I will see you in the next one.